Hello everyone, myself Shireen Mathur. I would be presenting our idea of vertical lift air vehicles, and I would be speaking on behalf of me and my teammate Pranjal Mhatre. So as we know, like currently everyone around this world, every space organization and private companies, everyone is focusing of sending mission to Mars and trying to build a habitat on Mars, and we can have a future human civilization on Mars. So our idea is to base so as we know about Mars, so our idea is to basically have a drone technology on Mars for research purposes. So as we know, Mars atmosphere is composed of CO2, nitrogen and argon, but the atmosphere is thinner as compared to the Earth's atmosphere, and the surface pressure is also 610 pascal. Also, the Mars temperature is colder as compared to Earth's atmosphere, and the average surface emission temperature is 215 K. Now, about the soil of Mars, so these things are very necessary because to plan a mission efficiently, we need to know about what are the conditions on that alien planet, because we don't really know much about Mars yet. So about the soil is a fine regolith is found on Martian surface, and it consists of finely broken up basaltic rock fragments. But it is highly toxic due to the high concentrations of perchlorate compounds which contain chlorine. But it is enriched in sulfur and chlorine. And this is maybe due to the volcanic eruptions that keeps happening on Mars. Now about the climate, so like I said, this is nearly minus 60 degrees Celsius on Mars. And the seasonal change, there is like a lot of seasonal changes occur on Mars, and these are due to the changes in the CO2 concentration on the ice caps, the polar ice caps, and also due to the movement of dust by the atmosphere. There is exchange of water vapor between surface and the atmosphere of Mars. This leads to generation of dust storms. So our idea is to make a aerial UAV which we can use for the inspection and research purposes on Mars. So as we know, like we are slowly expanding our technology, and recently NASA also sent Perseverance rover along with a helicopter for the research purposes. So there can be various things that we can do. So generally these research approaches can be classified into different, like earth-based observations, or maybe airborne and orbital telescopes, or the landers, rovers and orbiters which we already have on Mars. Now, so main idea is to build a UAV on the surface of Mars which can be used for these research purposes. So it will be cost effective, and also it will have easy mobility because it can go to various areas, to distance areas, and maybe to those areas where the crew cannot travel. So drones are basically, in common language, they are called unmanned aerial vehicles. And these are basically pilotless aircrafts which are usually operated remote control, or maybe by remote control operator, or maybe they are sometimes autonomous. So these are the certain functions which a UAV can perform. So this includes the spectroscopy, then magnetic survey of the particular area, the geological survey of an area, or maybe the transmission of data from the place where the UAV is currently right now and to the main base station, then surface mapping of that area, and maybe the simply research of that area, that what kind of elements can be found in the soil and all. So as we compare the different types of UAV technologies that we have currently, we find that vertical takeoff lift, or maybe the rotary wing UAVs are nearly capable of performing all these operations on a better basis as compared to the other technologies of UAV. So our main concept is that this aerial UAV will have a significant potential because for remote sensing, and also for the scientific instrument deployment. Suppose a rover is stuck at some place and it requires a particular kind of instrument to perform a particular type of function at that particular place. So we can use a UAV or this drone to transport that particular instrument to that rover from the main base stations. So this can hover, and and because of the this can hover at a particular area for a long time. Also, it's because of this low flight speed, it will provide a detailed resolution and panoramic survey of that particular area as compared to a rover or an orbiter, because rovers are as compared to drone bigger in size, so it is little difficult for the rover to travel to larger distances, and the orbiter has a certain time to revolve around the Mars. And this UAV can also be used for sample collection and for from distant places on Mars. So and like there are some hazardous terrain, and there are some with extreme terrestrial conditions on Mars, so this drone can be used to travel to those places and for research purposes on those places. And due to its soft landing capabilities, it can also be reused after like one mission. It can be used for any other mission as well. And also, like if a crew is traveling to some part and it requires an emergency medical support due to any condition, maybe someone a crew member is lost, or maybe due to some any other medical support, we can provide emergency services through this drone. So this is the basic anatomy of a vertical takeoff lift drone. So as you can see, these are the antennas which can be used to talk to the main base via the rovers and Mars orbiters, or maybe directly if the drone is not at a very far distance. The avionics is basically, in common language, we call this the brain of the UAV, and this can be used for the navigation purposes. This body has insulation and heaters to keep the electronics inside this drone, and also those on the surface of the drone to keep warm, and so that these electronics survive the typical Martian conditions, the atmospheric conditions of Mars. Now there are batteries which can be used, we can use lithium ion batteries, or maybe any other kind of batteries to power these drones. Also we can use solar panels which can be used to power these drones, and batteries can be used as a backup source at night. We have sensors and cameras for travelers, so that we can see that in which direction the drone is traveling, and then to capture photos of the particular terrain. Then we have landing legs which can enable soft landing, and these can be made up of carbon fiber. So this will make it very light, and it will be easy to for the vertical takeoff and landing. Then we have blades which can again be made from carbon fiber foam to provide lift in the thin Martian atmosphere. So another thing that we wanted to add to this idea was the material which we can use to build these terrains. Now for Martian use, because Mars has a typical condition, it's not similar to Earth. So we required a particular type of material which should have certain properties, so which make it capable to be used on Martian surface. So this material, from what we researched from, it should be lightweight, it should be cost effective, because every time we cannot transport from Earth to Mars. It should have radiation shielding properties, because Mars has a radiation problem. And then it should be temperature resistive and dust resistive as well, because of the extreme temperature conditions, and also the because of the dust storms. And for easy mobility and all, we can use it, it should be flexible. And if we are constructing the drone on Mars, it should be capable of 3D printing as well. So there are some common materials which we can use to build these drones. These are polyethylene, graphite, aluminum, water, and copper. Now these apart from these materials, they can be compared based on these following criteria, like number of electrons per unit mass, then mean excitation energy, binding conditions, and shielding effectiveness. On comparison, we find that hydrogen is highly effective, and hydrogen is found in high content in polyethylene. So we can say that polyethylene is the most effective material that can be used on Martian surface, or to create components and parts of drone which can be used on Martian surface. We can develop composites of polyethylene to make a particular appropriate material for Martian missions. Now, aerial drones are used on Earth as well. So, for Mars, on Earth, it is used for agriculture, surveillance, search and rescue, mapping, and many other such purposes. On Mars, we can use it for sample collection, surface analysis, weather forecast, then mapping and inspection, and research and circuit. So in common, we can use aerial drones for search and rescue purposes, for mapping of the particular area or any area on Martian surface, for logistics, like to carry out some complex operations, and for the inspection of the entire habitat. Now these aerial UAVs, these are the particular applications that we can focus on, like the space settlement inspection. Then like every we can have a protocol of every morning using that drone for the inspection of the entire habitat to see if there's any fault anywhere else, or for the simple observation purposes, so they can we can be alerted prior to any dust storms or Mars quake that can happen in near future. Then we can use it for search and rescue purpose. Suppose a crew member is lost at some place, so we can use a drone to search that where the crew member is lost, and it can send a signal and with the location of the crew member. Also, it can use for surface mapping and scanning purposes to find particular type of elements that we can found in the soil of Mars, or to carry out some any other mission that we can do on Martian surface. Now, also for the atmospheric analysis, because like I said that seasonal changes keep occurring on the surface of Mars. So we need to have prior information about it if you are constructing a habitat on Mars and if you are planning a civilization on the surface of Mars. So this drone can be used for atmospheric analysis, then also for rover exploration support and emergency communications. So our rover is carrying out a mission. So for the support of that rover, we can use this drone to supply some necessary tools or maybe some other necessary items, and for emergency communications also for some medical support or technical support. So we have certain protocols. So for drone operation, we can have that, like I said earlier, every morning we can, in this automated drone, we can have this inbuilt facility that every morning it will do an automated inspection of the entire habitat. Also, there would be a weekly maintenance cycle for the emergency alert system of the UAVs, which is the most important part of this UAV. And then for the deployment of autonomous UAVs in case of emergency medical and technical support, like I mentioned earlier. For the crew, the protocols would be to ensuring the quality of the material that we would use for 3D printing for these essential parts of the drone, and also for the other machines and the rovers. We need to check the dimensions and the strength of those materials, because otherwise they won't work properly and it can go dangerous as well. Then again, we can have weekly maintenance cycles for all the necessary machines and all the systems that we have, including the UAVs on the surface of Mars. So this is the current research, aerial research, that is going on the surface of Mars. In 1996 and then in 98 and then till 2020, we have seen that there are many missions that have been used to research on the aerial basis on the surface of Mars, like AME, MAGE, Matador, Skysailor, Eris, Prandtl, and MHS. So these are the various analog Mars analog stations on Earth. And we can also have, like recently we have a new one coming on in India, that is in Ladakh and Leh. Maybe it will start working from June 2021. So these are the various analog research stations where we can test the prototype of our UAVs and we can see if it actually works properly or not. So our conclusion is that as we get intensive idea about the conditions of the Martian surface and the atmosphere, we can have this kind of technology in future, and we can use these vertical lift aerial vehicles for research purposes because of their easy mobility and easy use as compared to our rovers and orbiters. Thank you.